So first of all, we are going to discuss about what is web designing, guys. What is web designing? Guys, tell me anyone, what is web designing? Anyone? What is web designing, guys? Simply, guys, it's a process of creating a website. Process of creating a website, guys. Okay, web design is the process of creating a website. So what is website? Simply, it's a collection of web pages, guys. Simply, it's a collection of web pages. Okay, so web design is the process of creating a website. Website means it's a collection of web pages, guys. Right? So what is web page? Web page is the simply it's a HTML document. Simply it's a HTML document, guys. So using HTML document, we are going to create a web page, guys. So that type of that collection of web pages, using that collection of web pages, we are going to create a website. Web page or web pages, guys. And next, so the process of creating a website is the web designing, guys. Simply it's a web designing. Not clear now? Oh, sorry. Uh, now is it okay, guys? Yeah, Sony, good. Okay. Even not clear now, guys. Someone respond. Everyone getting like this only, right? Okay. Let me check. Just a second, guys. Let me check my mic. Guys, now is it okay? Yeah, sure. Sure, I will repeat the audio tag also, not an issue, guys. Are you getting clear now? Even breaking, no? You can tell me, are you getting clear? Oh, okay. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Okay, guys. End of this class, I will repeat that video media tags like audio, video map, and that background also. Okay, just you focus on the basic topics. Right. So guys, simply it's a web designing is the process of creating a website, guys. Simply it's a process of creating a website, and website is the it's a collection of web pages, guys. So how do we a page build using HTML? We are going to create a web page. Guys. Simply it's a web page, HTML document, web pages, and website, and simply it's a web designing, guys. Yeah. So and next, guys. So what is client and server? Any idea? Client and server, guys. Client and server. So suppose, so anyone, what is client? It's okay, guys. I will. Okay, simply it's a client is the request, guys. Simply client is the request, server is the response, guys. Suppose, so okay, simply suppose, see, suppose one of my student request to me, and suppose student here a request to the faculty, okay, student and faculty, okay, two persons is there, student and faculty. Suppose here student given request to the faculty, like what? Suppose student need designing, guys, web designing. For that he give a request to the faculty. So for that request, the faculty going to respond to this student, guys. So here these two people, these two persons are human beings, right? But as per technical aspects, the student give a request to the server, faculty, right? Then the faculty respond. Now we can call it as per technical aspects. We can call this easily. We can call it like now here student is the client. How can we say? Depending on based on the request and response, we are going to divide like this. Student give a request to the faculty. Faculty respond. So that's why he is a server. Okay, simply in simply words, client is the request, server is the response. That's it. Suppose in your college lab, you have a in your college lab, you have a main PC there, right? You have a main PC somewhere, and remaining all are it will interlink like this only. So that is the main PC. These all are remaining PCs. They are all connected into the LAN or WAN or whatever it is. They all are connected like this. So all are PCs only, but so we can call the main PC, it's a server PC case. We can call it as a server PC. How can we say that server PC? So these all PCs are going to request this main PC guys. That's why. So for that request, it's going to respond to this PC. So that's why we can say here it is a client PC. Why? Because it given request to the PC. Client PC. It is a server PC. Why? Because it's a responsive. Respond to the airport PC. That's why we can call that there is a server PC. Simply client is the request and server is the response. So based on this topic, we are going to divide all technologies into two types, guys. Using on the based on the request and response, and going to divide into all those like all technologies and going to divide into two parts, like client side technology and server side technology. So first I'm going to dividing like client side technology. Client side. And next we have a server side, guys. Based on the request and response, I'm going to divide like this: client side technology and server side technology. So we can call it as a client technology. We can call it like a front-end technology, guys. You can call it as a front-end technology also. And here we have a back-end, guys. You can call the server side. These are the back-end technologies. So here I'm going to give the list, guys. So we have a client side technology like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and jQuery, Bootstrap, and Angular, React, and Foundation, Skeleton. We have so many technologies. These all are client side technologies or front-end technologies. And next we have a server side technologies like these are going to respond to your client, guys. These are server side technologies. These are like PHP and Java and .NET, Python and Perl and Ruby and Rails and Node.js. These are our server side technologies, backend technologies. And with this, we have a one database. Here we have a database. We have a So if you want to develop any application, means application means what? We have how many types of applications we have, guys? Guys, we have how many types of applications? Types of applications. So here mainly we have a three types of applications, guys. Already you know, but I will tell you. So in that we have a applications like first we have a desktop applications. And next we have a web applications, and next we have a mobile applications. Then we have these three types of applications. If we want to develop any types of applications, we need these three guys. Client side technology we need, server side we need, and database. To store the data, we need database also. We need this three. So here type of is like desktop and web applications, and next here we have a mobile application. Mobile apps. So So now the trend is going on web application only, guys. If you want to develop any application or any desktop or any mobile app, or we need web only. Compulsory we are going to develop web application, guys. And you are now we are going to learn also web technology, guys. But because that now trend is going on web only. So if you are if you develop any app, for that app we need one web application, guys. Like that. Means web means we can use globalize anywhere. Easily, no need any specifications, no need any configurations. Simply we can use. Suppose if one use desktop applications, we need up to that we need some configurations. Okay, if one install any app software or any application, we need that something hard, something hardware, like configurations, for hardware configurations and software configurations. There's so many things, guys. Even space also something. Even if on the install mobile, we have app also. There also we need like that now. But here in cloud only, here paper only, cloud only, we can run into anywhere only. So we want to open your app, we need mobile, right? We need to install, we need to set up, then only we can browse and we can use it. In web, just we can go through any internet, any worldwide, anywhere you can easily can browsing, like globalize anywhere, and easy, fastly. Okay, that's why we are doing. That's why the now web will be trending. Web is the trendy applications. And now we have a suppose if I develop one web application, guys, if you want to use very smart, like smart, for that I'm going to develop an app. So if I use only Android, suppose I use only Android, just I'm going to develop this web application into mobile app, guys. That is for only Android, guys. Suppose I have clients only Android. Most of clients are have only Android. That's why I'm going to develop only Android app. Suppose I want to develop even iOS also. For that, I'm going to develop one more application to the iOS, guys. Even BlackBerry, even Windows. So we need to develop separate like this now. So even Windows or BlackBerry. So for this, we need to develop different types of applications. Separate for Android, separate for iOS, separate for like BlackBerry or Windows, something like that. Okay. So that's why now we can create one trendy application, that is the hybrid, guys. Trendy application, that is the hybrid. We can develop hybrid also using Angular or React. We can develop hybrid application, guys. So this hybrid application we can run into the like Windows or mobile. All platforms automatically it will run, guys, and it will run in Windows also, guys. Sorry, in web also. So it will open. We can web application as like in mobiles. All platforms will work, guys. No need separate developer and no need separate developer iOS, like this only. So that is the hybrid application, guys. So good, guys. Okay, good desktop, web, and guys. We have a mobile also. These are the things. So if you want to develop any types of, see, these are types of applications. If you want to develop any types of application, so if you want to develop any types of application, so we need these three guys: client-side analysis, server-side analysis, and database. Okay. So suppose using client-side develop, using client-side analysis, I'm going to create a one login form. Suppose user interface, you can create any type of user interface, guys. For suppose I'm going to create here one login form. In login form, suppose it's just FB login form, just like FB login. Okay. So in this, I'm going to create a this like suppose username and password, and here I'm going to create a one login device. Okay. So if you want develop like this, we need first client-side technologies. We need first client-side technologies like what? HTML, CSS, JavaScript, like this. Okay. So if you want to develop like this user interface, we need first client-side technologies. So after this creation, suppose you want to enter your credentials like username and password, click onto the login. Then what will happen? So the request go to the server, go to the database, and it will go and check your credentials, guys, like this one. It will check like this. But actually here, so there is no interaction between the client and DB directly, guys. There is no interaction between the client and DB directly. Why? Because so here we are using all client-side technologies now. These client-side technologies all are going to depending on browser, guys. Simply, these all are client-side technologies going to depending on browser. Okay, these are depending on browser. Browser understand only HTML, guys. These all are depending on browser. Browser understand only HTML. So that's why, guys. Suppose if you want to integrate CS now, so browser understand only HTML. So suppose so if database understand only SQL now, that SQL, that structured query language, right? SQL. So that's why it won't interact directly, guys. Why? Because it can't understand that query language. That's why there is no internet between the client and DB directly. So even if you want to integrate CSS, even CSS also won't understand. That CS file also we need to integrate into the HTML file only. Even JavaScript in HTML file, even jQuery in HTML, even Angular, Bootstrap, everything, right? Everything we are going to integrate into the HTML. Why? Because the browser understand only HTML. So understood now? So simply, so that's why there is no interaction with the client and DB directly. Simply, these all are depending on browser. We understand only HTML. If we understand DB, we need that SQL now. So that's why it won't understand that SQL. That's why there is no interaction. So then what will happen is enter your credentials, click on the login button. So first the request go to the server first. The request go to the server here. The request go to the server first. So server to, so I taken Facebook, right? So what is the backend technology for Facebook, guys? Anyone? What is the backend technology for Facebook? Front-end React, guys. Backend, anyone? PHP, very good, Sony. Backend is PHP, guys. So now the request go to the PHP. Then server-side language can understand that daily, guys. So next page to the database, then it's going to get the response. The response go to the PHP and PHP to your server to your client. So like this, we are going to commit like this. If you want to develop any type of application, we have the communication the backend like this only. Client means if you are open any website, you are getting that is user interface. You are going to develop by using client side technology only. Okay. See the request go to the first client like this. Client to the server and server to the database. Guys, understood now? If you have any queries, you can ask me, guys. So the client, the request go to the client to the server to the database. Again, you are going to respond to the database to the server and server to the client. So this is the, you want to develop any types of application, means if it a desktop or web or mobile. So we need these three, guys: client side, server side, and database. Later, it's a server side scripting language. It's a server side scripting language. PHP is the server side scripting language. Clear here? Is there any? Okay, guys. Next. Now today we are going to discuss about HTML. So tell me, guys, what is HTML? Simply it's a hypertext markup language, right? Simply it's a hypertext markup language. See, guys, so tell me, guys, what is the mean by hyper in general words? What is mean by hyper, guys? What is mean by hyper? What is mean by hyper in general terminology? What is mean by hyper? Anyone? Energetic. Okay. So hang. Okay. Extra. Good. I think, guys, you are talking about hyper movie, right? Yeah, it's a referencing. Good, money. It's a referencing. It's a linking or referencing. See here, hyper means like, guys, in the Word also, Excel also, even PowerPoint also, if you want linking, if you want link one file to another file, we just use hyperlinks only. They are also used hyper. Then hyper means what? Linking or referencing. Okay, simply it's a linking or referencing, guys. So hyper means what? It's a linking or referencing. And next, what is T for text, right? So text for what? Information or data. Information or data plus information or data. And next, what about markup, guys? What about markup? Predefined. Good, money. It's a predefined or marked. Means something's already ready made. It's ready for you, guys. Simply it's a predefined. Okay, it's a predefined ready made. Like it's a predefined. Predefined. It's a marked. Predefined or marked. Next language is the communication. Simply it's a hypertext markup. Okay, it's a hypertext markup. So hyper for what? Linking or referencing. So T for text, X for what? Information or data. Information data. Here markup for predefined or marked here. So here L for language, language for communication. Simply it's a hypertext markup language. So using this HTML, we are going to create a web pages, guys. We are going to create a web pages. Okay, and so I'm going to create the structure, guys. Before structure, I'm going to give one small tree, HTML tree. So here HTML. The HTML is the root element here. Simply it's a root element of your HTML page. HTML is the root element. In this HTML, we have head and body. Head and body. And again coming to the head, which means the root element. In head, we have again two elements, guys. Those are title and meta titles. Here we have a title and meta. Here we have title and meta. So here, so in head section we have a two elements, that is the title and meta tag. The title is going to represent your title on your web page title on the title bar, guys. Simply here we have an untitled, right? Why? Because I did not save my file. That's why I'm going to get untitled only. Suppose, see, now here I'm going to open, Zoom meeting. So here, what is that? Something you're getting now. Post second. In here, WhatsApp something. So here, something inbox something. So how it will come? Using title tag only. We are going to represent the title now. Then only we are going to get the title. And next we have a meta tag, guys. Using meta tag. So simply, what is metadata, guys? Metadata what? Metadata. Simply the data about data we can call it as a metadata, right? Same like here. So we are going to describe our page, guys, like your author information, your keywords information, your character set information, like this. Your keywords also. So we are going to explain. We are going to give the information about your page, guys, your web page. We are going to describe your web page. Guys. Simply, we are going to describe your web page. Just we are going to use meta tags. Okay, I will show you clearly, but just remember. So HTML is the root element, and next in the HTML we have the two elements, that is the head and body. And again, the head we have two elements, title and meta tag. So title going to prepare the title on the title bar, and meta tag going to describe the page, guys. Okay, so So every language have a one sign, right? Here we are going to start HTML just angle braces guys, like this. So we get it as an open tag. So tag is just nothing but small text guys. Since it's a small, just like a string, we are going to integrate within the angle braces. These are our angle braces. So angle brace, something content, angle brace close. And next, oh, that is the open tag, close tag, angle brace, forward slash, and angle brace. So this is the close tag. So we are going to connect the HTML using angle brace. If you learn any programming language, we have only just 4 types of brackets, guys, like this angle braces, you know, like curly braces, brackets, and next we have a parenthesis, like this. These 4 types of brackets. Okay, so just we are going to connect in the tags using tags. Tag is going to describe your something, guys, like so heading tag going to describe the heading, suppose, or link tag going to describe your link, table tag will describe your table, form tag, like there are so many tags. Okay, so tag. So now I'm going to give a structure here. HTML is the root element. Next, what we need a header, and next we have a inside head we have a title. Next we have a meta titles. It's a UTF, Unicode transformation format. Simply it's a meta going to represent the character set. Okay, we'll discuss later, just remember. So it's a character, we're going to understand the every character. So we just use UTF-8, latest one, Unicode transformation format. So in body, you can write any content into the body. See. So for this HTML, no need any compilers here, no need any compilers, no need any special libraries, no need any header files, guys. Simply we need only one editor and one browser. That's it, guys. Okay. So simply I'm going to save this file. So for that, just your file name dot. See, guys, every file have extension, right? So here HTML has dot HTML, or we can use HTML also. So say how to say, just file name dot HTML, or even HTML also. Then I'm going to say that index dot HTML, like this. So when when you're saving index.html, automatically you will get your default browser icon, guys. When you click on the double click, automatically it will open like this. It will open web page like this on your default browser. It will open like this. So here you have in web page you have a one title, right? So title bar, in title bar you are going to display title on the title bar like this. And in body, role content comes in the body like this. And this is the normal HTML structure only, guys. Now we are using HTML5. Now we are using HTML5 document, right? Now we are using HTML5 document. So for that, how can we reconnect the HTML5 R4? Simply the browser easily understand. We just going to mention one element, that is the doc type, guys. Simply the doc type going to represent your document. We are using HTML5 document. This is the is going to indicate the version of your document. Simply this is the HTML version 5. Simply the doc type going to represent your HTML version 5 only. The document doc type going to represent the we are using HTML5 version. So this is the structure, guys, right? So now I'm going to create a one. So here I'm going to create a folder, guys. Let's say okay, new HTML. Okay, in this I'm going to create file, guys. Just right click, go to new, select here text to document, guys. So here you can rename it just file name dot html, simply index dot html, guys. Okay, in this you can write your structure. Just automatically you're getting now. This is your empty file. This is your web page only. It's an empty web page, guys. Okay, I did not use any title tag, right? That's why it is going to take my file name as a title. File name what? It is going to take like same my file name as a title only. So now I'm going to right click on this file. Just right click, go to see, guys. Before this, we need to talking about the editors, guys. So if you want to write this code, this program, we need some text editors, guys. Text editors. We need some text editors, guys. So like we can use text editors like Notepad, Notepad plus plus, Sublime Text. So many, guys. I will give the list simply. You can use Notepad also. Notepad and Notepad plus plus. Notepad plus plus. Sublime Text. Brackets. Autumn. And edit plus. There are so many, guys. There are plenty of editors. Okay. Coffee cups. So these are text editors. And we can use IDE also. See, guys, both are same, but here small difference I can tell you. IDE. It's a IDE. Simply it's an integrated development environment. So IDs and text both are same, guys. There's small differences. In editors, we can just edit your code only. Suppose if you want to run your any CLIs, like command line interfaces, like Angular or React or even Java or some other program like this. So we need if you are edit code into the editors, we need to again go to the command prompt and we need to give the commands, guys. So because these are command CLI, command line interfaces. So that's why we are using this idea only. No need to go to any command prompt or anything else. We have only in that editor only we have a some terminal, guys. There we can write your all commands. So we can write and edit there. We can edit and we can run there only. Those are IDs. Simply it's an integrated development environment. So it's like actually like NetBeans, Eclipse, NetBeans, and VS Code. Autumn we have both, guys. We have ID and we have different. And to Python we just say Eclipse and NetBeans we are going to use for Java, guys, mostly the Java. VS Code for React and Angular, guys, most of it we use. And PyCharm for Python, guys. Okay. And we have a idle. There's so many, guys. So many. Okay. Even WebStorm also. There's so many IDs, guys. These are the IDs. The difference is in editor we only editing code, guys. But in IDs we can edit and we can run there only. That is the difference, small difference. So for HTML we just use everything. We can use editor and we can use ID notation. We can use anything notation. So now I'm going to open this file into the Notepad. Just I recommended for your practice, the best practice I recommended Notepad plus only, guys. Why? Because if some other editors, if you are enter only HTML, automatically you will get the entire structure, guys. Even if you are enter, suppose you are writing some tag now, if you are enter one letter, automatically you will get the entire tag, guys. So no need to remember or anything else. So if you are using Notepad plus, there is no like that interlace word, guys. So here simply if you are enter only it will suggest only HTML. If you enter something head HD something, it will suggest head like that only. In some other reader, it will show it will give you the entire code, guys. Okay, so that's why I recommend you just install Notepad plus only. So in this I'm going to the structure, guys. So title, meta tag. That's it. It's a UTF. Like this. Just you can save your file. Go to file menu. Just select open it. Default viewer, guys. So default viewer is Chrome na. So open it like this. Just get like this. Is your body. Body unit is content and title going to display the title bar like this. Yeah, good Anaconda. Even known as Soumya. Yeah, good guys. So right. And next. It's a depends, guys. In real time, so the company is going to take the not they're going to take this IDs, guys. They are going to take like paid versions only. No need to write everything, right? So we need to develop very fast, right? They are suggested the different guys. These are open source and free and open source guys. Mostly they are going to use for Java developers and Java. They are going to use Eclipse and NetBeans only. And most of the Angular and React developers going to use VS Code, guys. VS Code. Okay, but up to now we just use a Notepad plus only. Why? Because we need to write everything in our fingers only. That's right. Okay, so this is your structure. And next, suppose now I'm going to remove the meta tag and I'm remove the doc type guys. Then I'm going to run this file, save and run. Then you will get same output. Even though you will get same output, na? Here also same with the document with meta also you will get same output, right? And even without doc type, without meta also you get same output. There is no difference, right? But see, even I'm going to remove whole structure also. Just I'm going to be directly content, guys. So save and run. Even you will get same, but here the change just the change happened in title only. So there is no title tag, right? That's why it's going to take the file name as a title. So now tell me, guys, which one is the correct format? How can we say which one is the correct format? Anyone? Notepad plus. Notepad plus. Yeah, guys. Now I written three structures, right? So one is the with the doc type and with the meta type, and one is the without doc type, without meta. One is the without structure also, guys. Then which one is the correct? So even in three files, I'm going to get same output, guys. The change happen in the title only. Okay, which one is the correct structure, guys? First one. Why? Because okay. So, but in HTML, it's a case insensitive language, and there is no errors. You can't find any error in anywhere, guys. Simply directly, if you go for inspector, development tool, you just click development tool, development key. You can use F12 also. Then you will get, you won't get any errors or any errors here. It's a small step only. Nathan, it's a very small step. It's a free and open source, open Notepad++. You can download. You can select Notepad++. You can download any steps. Two steps. It's very easy. Full detailed formats. Okay, but okay, how can we say? And without doc type also we are getting. Without meta also we are getting same output now. Okay, so simply guys, for that the W3C, World Wide Web Councils, they recommended W3C validator, guys. Here you have a one validator website, guys. That is the W3C validator. You just upload your file into here. Choose your file. So here is here is data classes. Choose method HTML, open and check it. See, it will suggest you guys. See here. So here there is no language attribute. Okay, and here character encode is not declared. Why? Because there is no character encode. What character encode we need to use meta tag, guys. Meta tag. There is no meta tag, and even it will suggest you there is no doc type, and there is no head and even title also. Okay, just I'm going to change it this guys. Now I'm going to add language attribute in the HTML language. Simply it's an English, and here that's it. So even you will get same output. There is a difference. You will get same output. There is a difference, right? But this file I'm going to upload again. So choose file, index.html, open and check. Now see, document checking completed. No error sign, no warning to show. Clear, guys? Yeah. So just you can upload your file into the W3C validator. It will suggest you guys, but by default it won't suggest anything. We need to follow this step. So, okay, this is the basic structure of the HTML, guys. And then now we need to collect some basic tags, guys. We need to collect some basic tags. So first we are going to discuss about heading tags, guys. First we are going to discuss about heading tags. In HTML we have a 6 type of heading tags, guys. 6 type of predefined heading tags, guys. This is the normal content. This is the normal content. So right. So this content I'm going to make it as a paragraph, means main heading, guys. So for that, just I'm going to use H1. It's the H1. It's a heading one, guys. Heading one means in HTML we have a predefined heading tags like from H1 to H6, guys. Suppose I want to duplicate this line again, just I'm going to use shortcut key here, guys. Just Control D only, duplicate the line 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now I'm opening this. So here, as per the SEO rule, as per the SEO, search engine optimization. So for that rule, we just use in single document, we just use only one HTML. So only one H1 only. Remaining H2 or H3 up to H6, You can use number of elements, not an issue. But we just noted, guys, when in single page, in single page, we just use only one HTML, one HTML, one H1 only, guys. Remaining of okay. So you will get like this. So if you are using H1 also, even you will get, guys, not an issue, but it's not a standard. So you will get, okay, but it's not a standard, guys. Okay, guys. Okay, okay, okay. Thank you. Thanks for your time. Okay, we'll discuss remaining in next session. Okay, it's okay. Will we discuss only just basics, how to create a structure of the HTML only, guys.